All right, on the roll again. Good morning. Today, I want to talk to you about unforgiveness because in our society today, we realize there's a lot of unforgiveness. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of selfish. There's a lot of hypocrisy. There's a lot of backbiting, and there's so many negative conversation going to and fro from each other because of unforgiveness. In family, you will know and see that there is unforgiveness, friendships, politics, churches, um, many social groups. There's so many unforgiveness that it creates so many problems in our society, so many ills. You understand? Because so many of us are living in unforgiveness. So many of people is not forgiving each other, is not forgiving their brother, is not forgiving their sister, and therefore it creates a wall. It creates boundary lines. It creates barriers in our lives, in our family, in our relationships, in our friendships, on our jobs, and therefore we need to learn to forgive each other. So today, what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to tell you how you can go about forgiving each other when they have done wrong to you. Now, many of us has been faced with confusion. Many of us has been faced where someone may have done something bad to us, so bad to us that it affects us so much that we may have said that we would never talk to that person again. We would never forgive that person because the weight of that thing that this individual has done to us has hurt us so much. But then again, the Bible encourages us to forgive one another. It says 7 times, 70 times 7. So it doesn't. This is just this 70 times 7 is not literal. It's a figurative language, which tells us that as long as someone, as people is doing wrong to us, we need to continue to forgive that person because forgiveness is a concept. It is the concept that helps remove negative cycle, negative growth, barriers, boundary lines. It's a concept that only mature persons can advocate. It's a concept that only mature person can perform to each other when bad things has been done to them. Now, the Bible also says in the prayer, Father, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. In other words, the Bible is saying, in order, if we have received the forgiveness of God, of Jesus dying on the cross for us, it therefore makes it so much easier for me and you to forgive each other when they do wrong to us. Alright? So someone may tell a lie on you, and everyone believe that what the person is saying is true, and everyone just turn against you because of that one lie. Yes, you will be hurt. Yes, you will feel embarrassed. Yes, the world may seem that it is against you. But then you cannot allow this grudge against that individual to continue. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. One, you're gonna hinder a lot of good things from coming into your life because of that unforgiveness you have for that individual. Two, you're gonna hinder your blessings. You're gonna hinder God's blessings because you see, we're all humans. We are all entitled to mistakes. We are not perfect, and therefore I may do something. I may not see it as something that would offend you or offend an individual, but you may feel offended because of something I may have said or something I may have done, and in my opinion it seems right. And you say you get angry with me and you decide you're not gonna forgive me. But let's just say I have a key to your destiny, and you decide you're not gonna talk to me, you're not gonna speak to me anymore, and therefore because I have that, I may have part of that puzzle to your destiny. It therefore means that you will never reach to that place where you ought to be. So you see, We have to learn to forgive each other. Because when we forgive each other, it doesn't matter what the person may have done to us. But you see, when we forgive this person, we release the weight. We get rid of a lot of negative things that will come into our lives because of this unforgiveness. We fail God every day of our life, but He forgives us. If we go to Him and we say, Lord, this is what I have done, I am sorry, please forgive me, He will not get angry, He will not think twice, He will forgive us. This is why we need to learn to forgive each other, because if we learn to forgive each other, a lot of problems we are facing in our society today, we will not be faced with it. A lot of the political strife that we're having today, we will not be faced with it, because we are living in forgiveness and not unforgiveness. A lot of the times there are divorce. Husband divorce their wives, wife divorce their husbands because of unforgiveness. A lot of the times people die with grief because of unforgiveness. A lot of people go insane because of unforgiveness. This is why forgiving each other is a vital importance. It is vital to all of us. It is important to all of us to forgive each other, because forgiveness is at the key that unlocks every locked door. Unforgiveness is the hammer that can break down every wall. Unforgiveness is the key that can help break barriers and take boundary lines. But when we refuse to forgive, there will be hate, there will be strife, there will be fighting. This is why there are so many fightings in countries today. In the Middle East, unforgiveness. This is why so many children hate their parents, because they're not forgiving the parents of what the parent may have done to them while they were a child growing up. But you see, if we follow the Bible concept, the Jesus concept, hallelujah, the Jesus concept of forgiving each other, we would have a better place, a better world, a better society, better families, better marriages, better churches, and better government. Let's not harbor unforgiveness in our hearts, because it will keep us from moving forward. It will keep us in a negative paradigm. Unforgiveness will keep us in one place and not allow us to go forward to where we ought to go. Unforgiveness will allow the generation that comes after us into deeper problems. But if we learn to forgive today, if we learn to forgive the generations that have gone, forgive them for a lot of the things they could have done differently that we are reaping today, if we learn to let go and forgive, then we will be building a better society. I hope what I say makes sense. It is just a random talk I decided to do this morning. So, thank you for listening, and goodbye.